so excited about this. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. As you can tell, I'm pretty darn tootin' excited about this. This is the Blendiful from Tati Westbrook, her brand Tati Beauty. I'm not gonna lie, I've already had this for at least a month. It's probably even been longer than a month. I've already been playing around with this. I had a situation come down with my first one, which is why I have a brand new one in a package. I'll get into that a little bit later, but for today's video, we're going to be testing this out. Actually, we're going to be testing this out against the Beauty Blender. So we're going to do one side with the Beauty Blender and one side with Tati Beauty. It is actually late in the day. I've been editing this morning and I slept in a little bit. I had a very late start to the day. It's actually 2:42. The Oscars are tonight, so it's obviously this video is not going to go up on the day the Oscars are, but I thought it might be kind of fun to do something maybe a little bit full glam. I don't know. We're going to kind of just decide later. I know we're going to start off with the eyes. We're going to try to use the Blendiful for as much as possible. I have had some challenges like with using it. I'm honestly really curious to try it out against the Beauty Blender because I haven't done that purposefully for this video. I've held off on that experiment. Together, we're going to try that out today. I hope you guys are excited. We're also going to wash it together so you guys can kind of see how that goes. I know Tati already posted a video explaining this, how to use it, everything like that. So if you want to see her video, I will link that down below. I am definitely a huge fan of hers. I really love her videos, but I'm not going to just say that this is the most amazing product just because of that. We can honestly try out this product and give like a really truthful review. So this is how you'll receive it in this super simple little packaging. It's very classy and I love the rose gold. Let's rip it open. So in here, we have two little Blendifuls. There's the little baby one. I love the little baby one. I love anything with hearts, so this is like so cute. And then I have the large one. With these, you can flip them, so you can use like both sides, which is super convenient. So these are our brand new ones. These are my original ones. So you can see mine has a little tear right here. About a week after using it and washing it just regularly in the sink, I put mine in the washing machine because I was being a little bit lazy. And it does say that you can wash them in the washing machine. So I put it in a little linen bag, and when it got out, it had a tear along the seam. Tati did address this in her most recent video. She said it was very uncommon that happened. I had seen that this happened with other people, other YouTubers, but there really were not a lot experiencing this issue, and I just happened to be one of those select few. So I did reach out to her customer service, and they were so fast at responding. They were so nice. They not only sent me this one like we saw, we also got this one too. So they gave me a whole extra one, and they did not have to do that. Thank you so much, Tati Beauty, for your excellent customer service and really making me feel valued. I really, really appreciate that. I personally find something like this is so handy for traveling. I actually first used this while traveling, so I'll insert the clip of me using it on the plane. That was the first day that I had a cold, so I was not the most excited to do anything. You know how head colds can be, you're just like, ugh, you just want to go sleep and you don't want to do anything, you know? You can't exactly wet a beauty blender very easily on a plane. So this definitely came very much so in handy. Sorry, this is kind of like a super long intro, but as you can tell, I'm pretty excited about this, and since I've already been using it, I already had a lot to talk about. I'm actually gonna start off with my eyes. So I'm gonna use this guy to put down like my base, and then I'm just gonna go do my eye look off camera, then we'll come back for the foundation part. I am not somebody who can do makeup with my hair down. It drives me bananas, and we're gonna rock this hairstyle. So what I want to do is just take my Morphe primer. I really love the Urban Decay primer, although I've been really wanting to try out a new primer. If you have a favorite, I've heard such good things about the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I think that's what it is. Have you guys used that? Let me know down below which one is your favorite, because I have been seriously in the hunt for a new one. I would love to hear what yours is. I'm just gonna kind of just dab this on and just kind of press it into the skin. Oh, I'm using my old one, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna use, of course, the Tati Beauty palette, but I also wanna go into the Frozen 2 from ColourPop. I'm obsessed with ColourPop. I'm gonna just speed through my eye look and we'll be back to dig into this guy with the complexion. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt just for a second. I wasn't planning on talking like at all during this part, but you might notice me using my left hand for my left eye. I've been trying to challenge myself lately and learn how to do my makeup with my left hand and my right hand. I'm right-handed, so this is naturally like what I wanna do. Bear with me if this side doesn't look as pretty as that side. I'm just like really trying to train this hand. I don't know why, I just kind of want to, so just FYI. Alexa, play Taylor Swift's new song.
Here's Only the Young, featured in Miss Americana by Taylor Swift.
Only the young, only the young. I decided to do black shadow liner with the Tati Beauty palette instead of doing liquid liner, honestly because I forgot. I usually do liquid liner before I put on like the glitters just because it's so hard to go over the glitter with the liner and it can sometimes stick into like the felt of the liner, so I try just not to use those. And I definitely accidentally went like way too high with it on that eye, but it's fine. We don't have to be perfect all of the time. I cannot stress that enough, so is fine. Let's go ahead and move on to the complexion. I want to start first by applying some of this guy. This is the Australian Gold. It's a sunscreen is what it is. It has SPF 50. It doesn't have any flashback. It's actually like a tinted moisturizer. There's a pretty distinct tint to it, but it is seriously one of my ride or die products lately. I put this on every single day. It's even water resistant. Like, this stuff is amazing. It is so good. Kind of almost like a your skin but better type of scenario. On days that I'm like being really lazy, I actually will go in with this under my eyes like a heavier amount and use it as a concealer. I'll link this down below. It's also at Ulta, so if you wanted to get points from Ulta, you can get it there. I waited probably about 3 months to get this after my sister-in-law told me about it, and I just wish that I would have just gotten it as soon as she said something because it is amazing. I'm gonna use the new one today. I'm using this guy from Palladio. I adore this stuff. It is just their foundation primer. We're going to do a video very soon on a side-by-side comparison of these two. I'm just gonna put this on with my fingers. I like to put it on my fingertips and just kind of warm it up on my fingers before applying it, and then kind of rub and press it into the skin. Mostly applying it actually on like the outer area of my face because we're gonna go in with a more pore minimizing primer on the T-zone. So the next one we're gonna use is this one from e.l.f. This is the Poreless Putty Primer. If you can find this at the drugstore, highly recommend. Snag it. It is such a good price. It works so good. I have really large pores. It is probably the most frustrating thing about my skin, hands down. They're so hard to conceal. I'm gonna just use my fingers for the Beauty Blender side. We're just gonna push that into the skin. The Beauty Blender, I just dipped into this, and so I'm gonna just press and kind of pull. This is exactly what Tati did on her videos, so that's what we're doing today. Don't judge me, but I'm gonna go and be a little bit extra, and I'm gonna use the Tarte Smoothing Primer as well. I know it's so extra to triple prime, but we're gonna do it today because we're just gonna go full out. So I'm just gonna push that into the skin on the Beauty Blender side. I'm only using this right here for my large pores. This is the exact one that Tati uses in her videos. So we're gonna do what she did, and that is to dip into this directly, and then she smoothed it out a bit on the back of her hand, and then we're gonna push that into the skin. we're done with primer. I wore this one to the Ulta grand opening yesterday and I have been loving it. I think I'm gonna buy the full size. Oh wow, it literally says your skin but better. Oh. That's so, at the Ulta store, I literally was describing it to someone and I said, this foundation is like your skin but better. And I didn't realize that it says that on the packaging. So sorry to that person. I was not trying to be cheesy. I'm just gonna bend the blender and stick my finger like right up here at the point because that's where I'm gonna do like most of the pressing. And then I kind of just like squeeze it with my thumb and middle finger on the back. So my index finger is there so that way you can just kind of do like pushing and swiping motions. I'm gonna just grab right into this and kind of go like this and then just blend it out. This has such an interesting smell. I don't know exactly what it is yet. Soda. It smells like soda. That's what it smells like. It has almost a carbonated smell. Really interesting. It's definitely going a long way. Okay, let's just go ahead and get a little bit more so we can blend it down on the neck. My mom just texted me out of the blue and said, ouch, it bit my finger and it hurt. It's still hurting. And I said that in a British accent, you guys, because do you remember that video? That was so long ago.
Daddy bit me. And that really hurt, Johnny, and it's still hurting.
Oh my goodness, that was so long ago. So funny. Let's move over to the Beauty Blender side. I really love the blue Beauty Blender for some reason, so this is the one I'm using. Do the same thing, but on the other side. Let's look at this and discuss. Right off the bat, I want to mention on this side, my smile lines always show through. So it's not the blender's fault. I use this side of my face more than this one, so I never get the line on the side, but it's already popping through. Blend that back out. That blended so good. This side is more blurred, in my opinion. I definitely feel like right here just looks less textured than this side. This side almost just looks a little bit more dewy. This side I feel like has less coverage than this side though. And I know to you guys it might look exactly the same. I think as far as coverage, this like covered things more, but texture wise, I feel like this side is more smooth. That's my initial thoughts. Let's just move into concealer so we can get the powder going because I need to set this base. Why did I just do that? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna use my Jeffree Star concealer. This is in the shade C7. I'm just going to put this under the eye, down the nose, on the forehead, and on the chin. And maybe just a couple little bits right here. I used the primer on this end, the foundation on this end, so I kind of did that wrong. I should have bent it here and here so that way I'd have 3 points. So I could have used one. Let's just flip it over and we'll just use a clean side for the concealer. I'm trying to be careful around my eye. Pat down the extra over here. All right, so then Beauty Blender side. I want to take a little bit, this is just a sample that I got at Sephora of the Huda Beauty foundation. This is in a shade Shortcake. I want to just use a little bit of this to cover up. It's almost gone, so it's a little bit thicker. I'm just gonna use my finger to blend that out really quick. Yeah, it's a nice little hack with old foundations, is that if you have a little bit left or there's some like dried even on the top of the cap, you can use some of that to just as like a spot concealer and that works just so good. We're gonna do a cream contour. Now this is the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation Stick. The foundation side is horrible. Do not buy this for the foundation. However, the contour side I love. So we're gonna use this. I'm gonna grab another side. Did you guys see what I mean? So instead of bending it like right here, I'm gonna bend it here. That way, if I need to use it again, I can blend it on the other side. I just kind of realized with this is as I'm pushing, look how it just like forms. You see that? How it just forms in my jawline. I'm tapping, but really it's like blending this entire area instead of just a small portion because it's really forming to my shape and I love that. Honestly, this for contour like looks gorgeous. This contour is absolutely more subtle than this side. So I think the Blendiful just doesn't pick up as much product. Like we were talking about how this side definitely was more full coverage. It covered spots a lot better. This side, not as much, just because the Beauty Blender picks up a little bit more as you're tapping it down. Everyone knows that about sponges. If you didn't know that about sponges, then now you know. A sponge like this picks up more product, which is nice because it kind of helps so you don't get like an overwhelming amount. This definitely picks up a little bit of product too, but really not a whole lot. I love the contour on this side. Pros and cons to both though, you know? Like if I really wanted a more dramatic contour, then go with this one. If I want one that's more subtle, maybe just take this. Before we move on to powder, I have a cream blush. This is from Palladio. I adore this brand, you guys. It's on Amazon. I've never seen them in stores, but my husband and I went on a cruise for the first time ever, and I couldn't believe it. I'll post pictures. They had a full Palladio stand. Actually, I think they had 2 of them. And so it was just so exciting to see all of these in person. I've only seen them on Amazon. So cool, and they're so inexpensive and really incredible quality, you guys. I'm just gonna put some of this on the Blendiful because I don't want to just apply it straight to the skin. And I'm just gonna tap it out on my hands and then go into the face. So we're gonna go a little heavier on the blush. Oh, this is the shade Dainty, by the way. Now with the Beauty Blender side, I think I'm just gonna apply this one with a brush. So this is what I usually do, is I'll just kind of paint it on a brush like that. Again, go on the back of my hand, and then I'll just go straight into the skin. And I found that this works really well. I like to go heavier on the blush just because blush is the first thing to go, basically. For some reason, does not last, but that's okay. We just put on a little bit more. Moving on to powder, and this is not sponsored, but I'm gonna use Palladio's rice powder. It is like half gone already. I adore this powder. It works so, so good. I think this is only $6. All right, I'm gonna go back in really quick and just kind of blend under the eye one more time. Okay, I'm gonna take the little one, bending it right down the center, and use like the pointed side, taking powder, and I'm just going to press that right on the skin. I'm gonna move up on the forehead as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do this just right around my nose and down here on the chin. Powder. Lately, I've been trying not to let this bake for too long. My skin has been like weird. I have oily skin, but it's also kind of dry. Combo. It's combo. I'm gonna just go ahead and take this bake off right now. I'm just gonna use a brush for the Beauty Blender side. I'm just gonna use my other one to brush off the powder. I kind of picked up product a little bit. So right here, just very small amount of foundation was just kind of disrupted. I'm gonna take the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula and just get a little bit on, oh my gosh, this stuff is so pigmented, you have to be careful. But I wanna kind of set the contour with this and just kind of warm up the face just a little bit more. Oops, oh, that was the wrong side. Oh well. Well, might as well keep going. I just want to put on a tiny bit more blush. I want to go into this one right here. I think that's pretty close to the coloring, and just put on a little bit more. Like I said, blush is kind of the first one to go. For the other side, even though I messed up here, I'm going to just take the brush that I normally use for this bronzer and go over that area. I'm going to bronze up. For the blush, I'm going to just take, again, just a brush. Perfect. 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 For my nose, I think I'm gonna skip using the blender for my nose, and I'm just gonna use the regular brush that I generally use just to kind of deepen the nose contour just a bit. That's just about it for complexion. So I think what I'm gonna do, oh, I think I got the concealer on my earrings. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face. So I'm gonna do eyeshadow, mascara. I have a little bit of mascara on my top lashes because I was trying to stop the glitter from falling down onto my face. So I'm gonna finish my brows, and then I'm gonna do setting spray as well. Then we'll come back so we can do some highlights, and then we'll do up close differences between the two sides. All right, my friends, the final look is done. The last thing I like to do after I put on my setting spray, actually, I learned something from Tati that I've been really, really loving doing, and that is to spray my face like very heavily with setting spray and then go in with a blow dryer. She uses a Dyson. I don't have that. So I just do my regular blow dryer just on warm heat and low setting, and the heat just kind of melts everything into my face, and I have genuinely noticed that my makeup lasts longer on the days that I do that. So I do that today. The last thing I like to do is actually will take my beauty blender and just go in and like pat my face like all over just to kind of push that setting spray into my skin and really just kind of get everything in place. Let's just do that with both products really quick. The last thing I like to do that's like my ultimate pore blurring secret. That's not really a secret because I'm gonna tell you, but it's amazing. I don't want to show you yet until we do a close-up. So I want to show you what both sides look like close-up right now. The left side is the Beauty Blender and the right side is the Blendiful. The last thing that I like to do, so this is the secret thing. I like to take a brush and I have my powder in this cute little vintage jar that has like a mirror on the back. This powder is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Loose powder. It is amazing. You'd have to be careful because this can give you flashbacks, so don't ever put it under your eyes if you're going to an event where there's going to be flash. So I like to just very lightly, this has kind of like a screen protector thing on it, barely even touching it. I tap it off and then I go in and I just swipe that very lightly just right over my pores, and I'll kind of push it in there. And that is the last step thing that I like to do. And that's basically it, but it is magic. Okay, well, we're gonna do check-ins. I still wanna show you guys how to clean this, so we're gonna go and do that. But ultimately, I wanna know your feedback. Sometimes it's really hard for me to tell, so you guys letting me know what side you think looks better is so helpful. So the left side was the Beauty Blender and the right side was Blendiful, like we just said. Let me know what you think. I will. I'm actually really happy with my makeup today. I really like this look. I want to go sit on the couch and edit and watch the Oscars for the rest of the night. I'm not even going anywhere. I guess I can just look pretty for my husband and for me. So yeah, let's go switch to washing this, and so we can do that together. So this is the soap I use. It's the Beauty Blender soap. So I'm gonna just turn on my water to warm. Just wait for it to get warm really quick. We've got warm water. I'm just gonna actually massage the water into the sponge really quick, just to kind of really get it saturated and just be gentle. And then I'm gonna grab the soap. It actually works good to genuinely take the soap and scrub the blender with it instead of like rubbing it back and forth like that. She says not to do that because it's too harsh on the fabric. Okay, let's rinse this off. Okay, looks pretty clean. So then you're just supposed to let this air dry, or you can use a hair dryer and dry it that way. Looks like there's just a little bit of a dark spot right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that alone because it looks really super clean. This is the fastest I've ever been able to clean this. Squeezing the rest out, making sure it's all clean. Then set that on the side to air dry overnight. You can also put it in the washing machine. I don't really recommend that. Just wash it right after you use it, just like you should wash your Beauty Blender. Same gist. I would just do that. If you're curious about any of the makeup that I'm wearing, there's still foundation on this. Anyways, I will link all of those down below. Anything that I can have links to, I will link that in the description as well. Just keep in mind they are affiliate links. I'm as open and honest as possible about that with you guys. There's no like hidden links or anything like that. I will always let you guys know either in the description box or in the video. So just an FYI. I don't know. I really like both sides. There were pros and cons to both things. Like the Beauty Blender absorbs a lot of products and this just blends everything so good, but then this blurred the pores more. I don't know. Maybe both of them together would be so pretty. Like if you put this on foundation first and then just went over it with the Beauty Blender to blur things out, then continue to blend any other cream products, contour, because it worked so good for that. We don't have that much light left. The sun is going down, but I wanted to show you guys my skin with more natural lighting. So added the studio lights basically. So this side is the Beauty Blender. So I wanted to show you up close. You can still kind of see that blemish a little bit. And it did do a good job of blending the contour. I just feel like the contour is more subtle than this side. Here's the little smile line I was telling you about. Unavoidable, it's okay. But as far as the blending, I think it looks really good. Both sides look really, really good. So, and they both cost the same, except for Blendiful, you get 2 of them. I think that's so generous that she gives 2. But tell me what you guys think down below. Is the right side your favorite or the left side? What side do you prefer? Okay, glasses off. All right, you guys, so ignore the glasses marks. That is like inevitable when it comes to glasses, but we need to do our check-in. So it is 6:57. I just asked our friend Alexa. And so I want to take one of the little baby Blendifuls. My skin is pretty oily. Definitely still think that this side looks more blurred, especially just like right around the pores, but still think that this side is more blended. It's kind of up to you at this point which one you think you would like better. I'm really thankful, honestly, to have both, and I'm really, really excited to try tomorrow doing like the Blendiful to blend everything, do the Beauty Blender to kind of pour, minimalize everything, and then again using the Blendiful to blend out contour and everything because I really love that. But let's take the little mini one and just kind of push it into the skin just to see if we can get some of these lines gone, oils gone, and stuff like that. I think you can't push too hard. If you push too hard, then it will kind of start to take away the foundation. So just be careful. I think these are really worth it, but it is up to you. It is $20, actually $23 maybe, $22 or something with shipping of your hard-earned money. So basically depends on if it's worth it to you. I've struggled with like really deep touch-ups. If something gets smudged or something, I've really struggled with like fixing it without completely messing up the rest of my makeup. Definitely a big struggle, but as far as like powdering later, this has really, really, really come in handy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I did. This was so much fun. I think this was one of the more fun videos that I've filmed lately. I just genuinely loved it, and I really love the way that my makeup looks today. I love when things just kind of work out, you know? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said earlier, that would mean so much to me. I would absolutely love to have you a part of our family here on YouTube. Hope to see you back again very soon. I post new videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!